Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host for You're in Trouble. My name is Mr. Fancyson, and I put members of vocal ensembles from all over Canada on the spot with questions about their year being in a high school vocal ensemble. Today, we have our special guest from Gloucester High School's vocal ensemble, run by Brad Campbell. Alto, Ashley Lawrenson. Everybody give a round of applause.
Hi, it's a pleasure to be live on your show from my basement.
Hello, Ashley. Great to have you.
Yeah, it's great to be here. I'm really excited for what's in store for me.
You're such a delight. Ha ha ha. And might I say, you're looking very beautiful.
Thank you, that means a lot to me.
Alright, let's get started with the questions,
Awesome.
shall we?
I'm a little nervous, but I'm definitely sure that everything will be okay. First question. Why is it important for all members of an ensemble to approach the elements of the music in the same way? So I think that we need to approach the elements of music in the same way because as a vocal ensemble, we're a team, right? Thus, as musicians, it's our goal to be in sync and to have the right tempo. Yet, in order to perform a perfect piece, we need to use our ears and listen to each other, something that my music instructor, Mr. Campbell, has taught me over the full year of being part of the Gloucester Vocal Ensemble. Thus, approaching the element in this way by listening to each other doesn't confuse us and it creates a beautiful piece. What types of variations could you make in dynamics to create interest and variety in repeating passages? Damn, that's a good question. Okay, so I would say the first thing would be harmonies because it creates a unique sound, yet you're still using the same notes and the same words, just in higher/lower octaves. The second thing that I would say is using piano and using forte because that kind of adds dramatic effect to your music, so it kind of makes it a form of art, if I may. Okay, third question. What must you do to maintain clear articulation in an exercise as your tempo increases? So what I would do is I would listen outside your section. So when tempos are increasing in choir pieces at my school and my ensembles is I not only listen to the alto section, which is me, but I kind of listen to the whole ensemble because it's a whole piece, right? It's not just my section changing tempos. Thus, listening to the rest of the ensemble will kind of get me on the same page. Okay, fourth question. When you reflect on the types of music that appeal to you, do you see similarities in the characteristics of the selections? What are these characteristics, and why do you think you are drawn to them? Yeah, I do see similarities with some of the music that I like. And the reason that I am so drawn to them, these certain types of music, is because I look for music that makes you feel a certain way. You don't just hear the music, you feel it. It makes you feel a certain way. And that's kind of how I look at any type or any form of art personally. What also draws me to it is good rhythm, and I think I see similarities with that and also meaning. A solid example of music that I was drawn to that made me feel a certain way was at the beginning of the year the ensemble did Starry Night, or I think it was called Vincent. It was based off of The Starry Night by my favorite painter, Vincent van Gogh. And it made me feel a certain way. It brought out really the emotions, not only in my voice, but within the song itself. It made me just overall feel a certain way. And I think I get drawn to that because it's just simply a beautiful thing how a piece of art, a piece of music, can make a human feel a certain way. When you learned about the inspiration for a piece of music, did this knowledge affect your interpretation or assessment of the work? Why or why not? Absolutely. My prime example for this question is, like I mentioned before, Vincent, because When I learned about the meaning behind the piece and how Van Gogh painted this picture in an insane asylum, it not only made me go deeper into wanting to perfect the piece for our show, but it also made me go deeper into learning about the history of not only Van Gogh himself, but the piece that I was singing. So it definitely does affect that, and to this day, Starry Starry Night is my absolute favorite painting, and Van Gogh has become my favorite painter, and that piece has definitely touched my heart, and it's probably one of my favorites. That is all the questions we have for you, Ashley. We'll take you back to Mr. Fancyson.
Awesome. All right. Once again, thank you, Ashley, for being on our show, and I hope to God you have a great summer and you keep your amazing talents alive and passion and power and vocal. I am your host, Mr. Fancyson, and I hope that you stay out of trouble. Have a good night, everybody.